Hi stock investors, JJ here, welcome back. Well, today we've got Tesla news. Some of Wall Street selling down Tesla stock. Why are they doing that? And Elon Musk, is he melting down with some of his recent actions and behavior? We'll have a look at that. Is it hurting Tesla stock? Is it hurting X as well? Let's get into that. Well, first we've got this headline here, which Morgan Stanley is cutting its position in Tesla stock. Here's why. And why this is important is because recently Morgan Stanley named Tesla as a top pick and the stock jumped. That was only back in the end of July. Now it's important because of this too. This headline, Elon Musk's Twitter takeover is now the worst buyout for banks since the financial crisis. And what banks? There's 7 banks involved in the deal, including Morgan Stanley and Bank of America. And I understand that Morgan Stanley was the biggest involved in the loans to that. So they have quite a lot at stake here for Tesla to do well. And so it was his top pick. But now they are selling down the position. Why are they doing that? Even though they are backing Elon Musk in X. Morgan Stanley said it is slashing its position in Tesla, citing its continued slowdown in the auto industry, intense competition among electric vehicles, and reduced consumer preferences. Since the last stake boost in December 2022, Tesla has delivered a 15% return, trailing the Russell 1000 Growth Index by 46%. We're going to have a look at Tesla's share price, what's happened over the last few years in a minute. While we continue to hold a position in Tesla due to the optionality of its various non-auto assets, talking about robots, robo-taxis, and energy, we see an attractive opportunity to reallocate some of the position to other less volatile stocks that are not as economically sensitive and may have less pricing pressure. I wonder if that's all that it is to it. Despite Tesla's status as the leading electric vehicle company in the US, with potential growth avenues in robotics, AI, and energy storage, the strategists have decided to reduce the position to make room for stocks with higher earnings viability. Then it goes on to talk about tariffs in Europe on EVs. Of course, there's tariffs on BYD coming into the US as well, 100% tariffs, but there's intense competition in China, and we'll see that. Now, earlier today, I recorded this video of fund manager Ross Gerber, who also said that he's selling down Tesla stock. He has been up and down on Tesla, fairly critical of Tesla. He wanted to go on the board of Tesla, which wasn't successful, but he does talk in depth about selling down. He still supports Tesla, Elon Musk, but he does talk about some of the issues that I'm going to talk about in this video. It's over on the Stocks Today with JJ channel. We'll leave a link to the video in the description of this one if you want to go and check that out. And if you're on YouTube, I'm going to leave a link to it at the end of this video as well. Now let's have a look at the Tesla share price, which Morgan Stanley hasn't been too happy about recently, obviously. If we go back 5 years, of course, as Tesla enthusiasts, Tesla bulls will point out, it's 1,408% over 5 years still. But as time goes by, that 5-year stint, if the price doesn't move, it's not going to look so good. Over that 3-year time, it's actually down 6.9% over 3 years at the moment. Net flat for that long. We can see there that the peak was over 400 way back at the end of 2021, and it's down about 46% since that peak, and investors have been waiting. It has been very volatile, as Morgan Stanley said there, but basically net flat and not doing well over the past 3 years or more. And in terms of the current metrics here, we've got an over $700 billion market cap, and we can see here that the margins have been slipping. I did a video on this. I did the last earnings. I went through them. It hasn't been a very popular video, probably because I actually looked at it in depth and it didn't look so good, with their margins slipping and their profit down. And look at the PE ratio. PE ratio is over 61, nearly 62, and the forward PE ratio is 94, which seems pretty high for a company that isn't growing at the moment. We've got the promise of robots and robo-taxis, but when will the revenue, when will that come? And we don't even have FSD working where you can sit in the back seat yet. 10th of the 10th, it's going to be a big moment for Tesla. Can they pull the rabbit out of the hat there. And here we see that headline from not long ago. Tesla's Q2 profit falls 45%. So this is not great. The share price is doing okay based on hope. Is it hopium? We'll have to see. But when a profit drops 45%, not great for a company, really. And here we have news that just came out last week. BMW overtakes rival Tesla to take the top spot in European EV sales. It's just for 1 month so far, but people were saying the competition's coming, and it seems to be here, definitely, in different parts of the world. This is just in Europe, but BMW, strong brand, of course, in Germany in particular, but in Europe, there are BMW cars everywhere. They are making good EVs as well, and increasingly selling quite a lot of them. And in China, there's intense competition as well. Here we have another headline: Tesla's shrinking China market compounds global woes. BYD commands the lion's share of China's EV market. So yes, intense competition, and BYD is not the only one in China. Here we have this news from August the 24th. Tesla deletes its blog post stating all cars have self-driving hardware. Tesla has cleaned up its website blog section, deleting all posts prior to 2019. This includes the post titled "All Tesla cars being produced now have full self-driving hardware." This was originally published in October 2016. So they're cleaning out their blog. So this is going to be part of the problem. Like Tesla's been saying that FSD, full self-driving unsupervised, has been coming for a long time. So they seem to be deleting things where they've said that before. What's the difference between corporate optimism and fraud? That is going to be probably a question in the future when possibly regulators or in court cases, maybe people will say, well, you promised this and it hadn't happened. All this is archived, of course, but they're taking it off like it never existed. They were optimistic about things happening. Elon Musk said for pretty much 10 years now that next year FSD is coming. So they've got to come up with a good soon, or I think they probably might get into legal trouble. I don't know. And it's not investment advice for Tesla investors at all. You need to do your own work there and get a financial advisor in terms of how to think about making investments. Meanwhile, in the US, Tesla's share of US EV sales falls below 50% for the first time. Now, that's a pretty good market share, you'd have to say, but we've seen what's happening in different parts of the world, in China and in Europe. We see in the US that it's falling below 50%. You know, it could only go down. When Tesla first came down, it was really the only viable alternative for EVs. There was GM struggling, but Tesla was the only game in town. But now it's not like that. There are other brands. The competition is definitely coming here. Now we're going to have a look at Elon Musk and what he's been up to and what he's thinking, his behavior. Is he in meltdown? Is it affecting the stock? But before that, if you're getting value out of this episode so far, do please remember to smash that like button to help the algorithm to spread it to more people. I really appreciate that. Now this headline: another Tesla veteran resigned, writing it was definitely not for the faint of heart working at Tesla. So it's pretty brutal, hardcore mode, as Elon Musk puts it, working at his companies, whether it's X, whether it's Tesla. So they've lost another executive. So there's a string of headlines here that are not so great news for Elon Musk. Here's another one: Royal Society facing calls to expel Elon Musk amid concerns about conduct. This one's in The Guardian. Some fellows fear tech billionaire could bring institution into disrepute with incendiary comments. Musk, who owns the social media site X, was elected as a fellow of the UK's National Academy of Sciences in 2018 in recognition of his work and impact in the space and electric vehicle industries. According to one fellow, the concerns have come as a result of Musk's increasingly incendiary comments, including his response to the recent riots in the UK. Musk tweets regarding the unrest have drawn widespread condemnation. Downing Street criticized comments by the billionaire, saying civil war is inevitable. So Musk making these comments, typical comments that he makes, political, anything that he wants to. There are seemingly some consequences for this. Are there consequences for X? Are there consequences for Twitter? That there was a problem with the advertisers where he said, go F yourself. And so has he kind of bitten off more than he can chew here? Is he getting a big head in terms of thinking that he can do anything? It does have consequences, social consequences, and business consequences. That remains to be seen. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. Here's another recent headline. Elon Musk says X staff can get their stock if they prove they deserve it. So you signed up for a contract to get stock, and now he's saying if you want your stock, you have to write a one-page document explaining why. Some stuff won't be happy about that. That's not what you kind of signed up for when you go into that kind of arrangement. And similarly, failing to respond to an email from Elon Musk leads to a $600,000 award for ex-employee. This is about a former employee employed at Twitter's European headquarters in Ireland who has been awarded more than €550,000 for unfair dismissal following his failure to respond to an email from Elon Musk. You might remember shortly after the acquisition, Musk sent an email to employees outlining his vision for Twitter 2.0, which included long hours and high-intensity work. Going forward, to build a breakthrough Twitter 2.0 and succeed in an increasingly competitive world, we will need to be extremely hardcore, Musk said. The email asked employees to confirm their commitment by clicking a link, with those who did not respond being offered 3 months severance pay. So obviously the court decided that the employee, by not doing that, it was okay and being awarded big money. So Elon Musk can't do exactly what he wants to do the way he wants to do it all the time. And of course, Elon Musk been getting into politics, being very vocal. Is this hurting the Tesla brand for some customers? Is it putting some customers off? Seems to be the case. Trump says he would offer Tesla CEO Elon Musk a cabinet slot, but might end EV tax credit. So it is a bit puzzling as to why Elon Musk is kind of cuddling up to Trump here. And Elon did reply to this when he heard about this. I am willing to serve. It's kind of a joke, but not really. Department of Government Efficiency, which is of course DOGE, Doge. He does like the thought of efficiency. I don't know what kind of efficiency he would do, but you'd have to think that he thinks the Trump administration would help Tesla, help X, and the Biden-Harris administration hasn't been so favorable, although Tesla has been getting quite a lot of benefits from government over the years. Perhaps Elon thinks that he will be in real trouble if Trump doesn't get in. That's a thought. Maybe he can see legal problems down the road that Trump could help with. What do you think about that? And just over the weekend, this news that the Telegram CEO has been arrested at a French airport. According to officials, the 39-year-old billionaire was arrested under a warrant for offences related to the popular messaging app that he runs, Telegram. The investigation is reportedly about a lack of moderation, with Mr. Durov accused of failing to take steps to curb criminal uses of Telegram. So this definitely relates to Elon Musk, and he did feel this. He tweeted this out and saying 20 years. He was quite shocked by this, and he was saying free the CEO, speaking in favor of him. Obviously, he can see some similarities there between Telegram and X in terms of what he will allow and the lack of moderation. He famously did get rid of a moderation team on there. I don't think there's much. There's a lot of stuff on there that didn't used to be allowed on there. Free speech, but there's also some fairly hateful things that go on there. I'm seeing them myself. And this headline from The Hill, which I think was before that happened, but could Elon Musk actually be arrested and X cancelled? So there's just speculation here, opinion. He would be shocked that a fellow billionaire, multi-billionaire, could be arrested in a Western country, and he sees this as a free speech issue. But if you're a Tesla shareholder, you might be looking at these things thinking, what's going on? Elon's definitely involved with many different things, political and not political, many different businesses. And what does it mean for Tesla stock, all this going on, the threat of Elon possibly getting arrested or getting into trouble with authorities? Well, they're looking at their car company and their tech company, and they want Elon to focus on that. Is he getting distracted? Is he in a meltdown? There are lots of personal things that I haven't got into here as well for Elon that's going on. All this has got to be taxing. He's run so many companies at the same time, has so many things seemingly endless, but is this changing now? Is it a pivotal moment for Elon and for Tesla and to some of his other companies? All of these things compounding, it must be putting quite a bit of stress on him and the employees of the company as well. And now this too, the very precious life of Elon Musk. Now what this is about is Elon Musk is heading for a crash. It's only a matter of time before one or other of his random enthusiasms brings him down. But if I had the power, I would guarantee him at least 2 years of solvency before he loses control of his companies, his great wealth, and possibly even his freedom. So is Elon heading for a downfall? Is it a bit of a meltdown that could have effects on all of his companies, including those loans with X through to Tesla, his distractions, his political leanings? Is it driving customers away? All of these things. What do you think? I'd love to know what you think in the comments about this. There are some in Wall Street who are pulling out. They have given reasons for that, but there might be, reading between the lines, other reasons. What do you think about this? Is Elon in danger of being too distracted, too stressed about other things, getting into too many things and getting into trouble? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Now I have this offer from ShareSite for my community, for my viewers, a special offer. ShareSite is a portfolio tracking and reporting tool I use myself, along with 400,000 investors worldwide who trust it. You can use it to know your true performance of your portfolio. Do you know your true performance, including dividends and everything? You can automatically bring trades into it and historical trades as well. Now there's a short video on the landing page to tell you a bit about it as well. Now you can sign up for free, which has some good basic features, but the offer is for the premium as well. So go and check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks for your company today, and I'll see you in the next one.